Imagine a time when the living room was the beating heart of the home, not a place to scroll or stream, but to be together. The warm hum of a tube TV filled the air, a shag rug cushioned your feet, and the scent of pot roast drifted in from the kitchen. Vinyl records spun gently in the corner while your dad flipped through the newspaper and your mom fussed over plastic-covered couches that nobody was allowed to actually sit on. It was an era of color, comfort, and connection, a time when the living room reflected who we were, not what we owned. Today, we are rewinding to those cozy mid-century days to remember 10 unforgettable features that made every 1960s living room feel like home. So, grab a cup of coffee, settle into your favorite chair, and let's step back into the past together. 1. The console TV. The console TV wasn't just entertainment, it was furniture, a polished wooden box that anchored the whole room. Families would gather around to watch Bonanza, The Ed Sullivan Show, or I Love Lucy in black and white, adjusting the rabbit ears for a clearer picture. You didn't channel surf, you committed to a program. Some sets even doubled as record players, making them the ultimate home centerpiece. When color television arrived in the late 60s, it felt like magic. But as flat screens and remotes took over, those giant wooden consoles faded away, leaving behind memories of simpler nights, shared laughter, and that faint static hum after sign-off. 2. Shag carpets and bold rugs. Few things said 1960s comfort like sinking your toes into a thick shag carpet. They came in every color imaginable: avocado green, burnt orange, mustard yellow, often matching the wallpaper. It was plush, stylish, and, let's be honest, nearly impossible to vacuum. The shag rug represented the decade's love of texture and flair. It was a playful rebellion against the stiff elegance of the 1950s. Over time, practicality won out, and shag was replaced by cleaner, low-pile designs. But if you ever step into a retro diner or a themed motel, you might still spot a patch of that groovy, fuzzy past beneath your feet. 3. Plastic furniture covers. They crinkled when you sat down, trapped heat in summer, and stuck to your skin. Yet every proud homeowner had them. Plastic couch covers were the ultimate way to protect new furniture from kids, pets, or unexpected guests. It was all about preserving beauty, making sure that expensive floral sofa stayed like new forever. Ironically, most families rarely removed the covers, meaning the real comfort of the furniture was never felt. By the 1980s, the trend vanished as people chose coziness over caution. Still, the sound of that first squeak as you sat down remains one of the most distinct memories of mid-century living rooms. 4. Wood paneling everywhere. Dark walnut or knotty pine panels gave 1960s homes their signature cozy, cabin-like feel. Families felt it, added warmth, elegance, and a touch of rustic style. It paired perfectly with amber lamps and heavy drapes, creating that signature dim golden glow of the era. Many remember helping their parents refinish the walls, sanding, polishing, and adding varnish on weekends. By the 1980s, though, taste shifted toward lighter paint and brighter rooms, and the paneling craze ended. But those wooden walls still live on in old basements and lake cabins, reminders of a time when homes were built to feel like safe, wood-scented havens. 5. The record console and vinyl stacks. Before streaming and playlists, music was a ritual. The family record player, often built into the same cabinet as the TV, was a centerpiece of joy. Saturday mornings meant flipping through vinyl sleeves, selecting an album, and hearing that warm crackle as the needle dropped. Every family had a favorite: Sinatra, the Supremes, or maybe a few Elvis singles tucked away. Friends would gather just to listen. It was communal, emotional, and slow. When 8 tracks, cassettes, and later CDs arrived, the ritual faded. But the vinyl comeback proves one thing: we still crave the magic of analog sound. 6. Ashtrays and cigarette stands. Yes, even the non-smokers had them. In the 60s, ashtrays weren't just practical, they were decorative. From crystal bowls to atomic-era stands, they came in every shape and color imaginable. Smoking was social, glamorous, and part of almost every gathering. It wasn't until the late 70s that health warnings began changing public attitudes. The ashtrays disappeared, but they left behind a smoky haze of nostalgia, the scent of a time when hospitality meant offering a guest both coffee and a cigarette. 7 sunburst clocks and atomic lamps. Nothing defined mid-century modern quite like the sunburst clock. Radiating brass spikes symbolized optimism and progress, a nation racing toward the future. These clocks hung proudly above sofas, often paired with atomic pattern lamps and chrome accents. They reflected the space age dreams of a new generation, fascinated by rockets, satellites, and modern design. As styles shifted to minimalism, these bold shapes fell out of favor. But collectors and retro fans still adore them. Symbols of a decade when even a clock on the wall could make a statement about the times. 8. The family photo wall. Before selfies and cloud storage, your family history lived on the living room wall. Rows of black and white portraits, school photos, and wedding pictures, each frame telling a story. Guests would pause to admire them, and kids would giggle at their parents' old hairstyles. It was more than decoration, it was identity. Those photo walls reminded everyone of where they came from. As homes grew more open concept and digital albums took over, those walls slowly came down. But in many old homes, they're still there, fading gently under decades of sunlight, quietly keeping memories alive. 9. The rotary phone corner. Every home had the phone spot, usually a small table with a heavy rotary phone, a notepad, and maybe a little dish for spare change. The sound of the rotary dial, that clicking rhythm, is etched into memory. Families gathered to take turns on long-distance calls, and kids stretched the cord down the hall for privacy. The phone corner was where gossip, laughter, and big news all unfolded. Today, phones fit in our pockets, but none will ever have the same weight, literally or emotionally, as that old rotary relic. 10. The TV trays and snack nights. When TV dinner was a novelty, folding trays turned the living room into a family dining space. Whether it was meatloaf and peas or a frozen Swanson dinner, families would eat together while watching The Twilight Zone or The Wonderful World of Disney. It was convenience mixed with togetherness, an early taste of the fast-paced culture to come. Over time, these trays folded away for good as family meals moved back to the table. Still, the memory of those shared TV nights, balancing plates and laughter, feels forever golden. The 1960s living room was more than a place. It was a feeling, a time when families shared one space, one screen, and one rhythm of life. Every color, every sound, every scent told a story of connection and change. Today, our homes are smarter and sleeker, but maybe a little quieter too. Those old rooms, filled with shag rugs, wooden walls, and the glow of tube screens, remind us what it meant to truly be home. What do you remember from your grandparents' living room? The smell of furniture polish, the hum of an old record player? Share your memories in the comments. I'd love to read them all. And if you enjoy these nostalgic trips, don't forget to subscribe and help grow this small channel. Until next time, keep remembering the world back then with Ben.